Hiphopsince1987.com.
Hip Hop since 1987. It's your boy Wild Tuna here with another exclusive. I'm here with Jimmy Dasaint, the legend, the modern day mogul in Philadelphia, major staple in Philadelphia music. Man, thank you for coming out. Big shout out to you and your team for everything you're doing, man. So welcome to Hip Hop since 1987, Jim.
Thanks for having me, homie.
For sure, for sure. So, first things first, we're going to start all the way from the beginning. Because, there's a lot of new cats in the game that might not know who you are, so we want to make sure they know. You know what I'm saying? So let's start from the beginning, man. Let's go all the way back and tell the people where you from and how it was growing up in the 80s and basically your whole background before the music jumped off.
Well, the 80s is West Philly, breakdancing, writing graffiti, doing the same thing that, young kids around that time was doing. All we had was DJing, breakdancing, and graffiti. Rapping even wasn't that big, but it eventually turned from the DJ, and it was all about the MC. And at that time, me and some friends of mine started a crew called ICH, and we started rapping and DJing and breakdancing at the same time. So that's where it all started at in the 80s in West Philly, around 42nd Street. And just getting into the whole hip hop vibe, the whole hip hop, starting it off being a part of that. I remember doing shows and opening up for Will Smith and EST, the legends.
Right.
Schoolie D, Cool C, Steady B. It was the legends, those artists, the originators. MC Breeze,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
MC Breeze was actually my mentor.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Before he went to sign with MC Hammer.
Okay.
MC Breeze used to work with me in the studio. So I've been around for a long time,
right,
watching the growth of Philly hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And being from where you're from on the streets too, you got to see the other side of it too. You know what I'm saying? Not only in the entertainment business and getting in the music industry, you too had other hurdles that you had to jump over.
Oh yeah,
just
definitely,
in life.
definitely. Because and it's so crazy because I got into the street life to help me with the music.
Mm.
I didn't get into the street life just to be like a drug dealer or whatever. I wanted bigger turntables, you know what I'm saying, a better beat machine,
right,
you know what I'm saying, a laptop, you know what I'm saying. So I literally got into the drug game just to fund my music career, you know what I'm saying, and be able to go buy posters and stuff like that. That's all it was about.
Right.
I mean, so I wasn't one of those drug dealers that just wanted to be out here selling drugs and try to kill somebody and do all this kind of shit. My whole thing was
to get something done. And it's different when you're in the streets, when you got a goal and a mission to accomplish,
an agenda,
as opposed to just being out there blowing with the wind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it was a bigger purpose. You know what I'm saying, for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it all came from it all started with hip hop, and by not having money to make everything blossom faster, me and my crew turned to the streets, and we just funded the money to start our own little music companies and parties, and so that's where it basically came from.
Right.
So many other people was doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So many in different neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Every drug dealer I knew was the head of a up and coming rap label with 20 rappers and stuff like that. And he funding his rappers from buying them clothes and studio time to whatever. That's what it used to be about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's when the culture was more in tune and more in tapped in what they did financially. You know what I'm saying?
It was just different.
It wasn't about flexing outside of what you're doing. You know,
it really wasn't about flexing. It'd be like, I go to this guy's studio, but this guy's a drug dealer, but he got 7, 8 rappers that he's trying to get to the next level because he know the drug shit ain't gonna last.
Right.
So we was kind of following the same blueprint as like a Jay-Z, Rockefeller, him and Dame Dash. They were street people that was like, let's start a label.
Right.
Or, other camps like that.
Right.
And, Death Row. You know what I'm saying? My partner, Rick Ross, he was talking to Suge back then about a label. Starting a label before Suge had Death Row.
Wow.
So he was telling me about the story when Harry O gave Suge the money to start Death Row. And Harry O was Rick Ross' friend, one of Rick Ross' close friends. But he telling me in prison, yeah, Harry O gave him that. He's like, yo, the way to get out these streets is that new hip hop music. That's the route to go. So start using some of this money to go that direction.
Right. Right. And it's amazing as, you know, just how you telling this story and successful with it, how we look at it as, you know, making the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like to make it in the industry is like the NBA. So, but to be able to see the process and you be able to give that game to people on, you know, it can be done as long as you do it the right way. You know, that's major. You know what I'm saying? So we commend you for that. So before we leave that topic, let's talk about, you know, you were in the drug game, you had your run-ins, which led you to be incarcerated, I believe, and then you met the real Freeway Rick Ross.
Yeah, while in prison.
While in prison, right. So let's talk about that. How was that impactful in your life?
When I was in prison, it's so funny because when I met Rick, I just got to this prison in Texas. And when you get to a prison, when you first get to a prison, your property is not there yet. Your property don't come till a few days later. Because you'll be there, then they'll call you over the speaker a few days later and say your property is here. Right. All the stuff that you brought from the previous prison you was at. So, I was there and I didn't have my shoes. I was waiting, but they give you shoes till your stuff come. So I saw Rick Ross walking in the hallway. I said, "Yo, what size you wear?" He's like a 9, and I wear a 9. I was like, "Yo, I need a pair of sneakers, man." And he was sitting there laughing. Right. He's like, "Yo, you know who I am?" I said, "Yeah, you Rick Ross, but you wear size 9. That's how we met. And he liked me. He's like, "Where you from?" I was like, "Philly." And he's like, "Walk me to my cell." He walked to his cell. He gave me a size 9.
That's love, man.
He gave me a size 9. We became friends just like that.
Right.
And he went and told everybody, like, "Yo, this kid from Philly." Walked up to me and said, "Yo, what size sneakers you wear?" Because I didn't think of all the Rick Ross, BT, American Gangster, $1 Million Drug. I needed some sneakers. And I knew I was going to be here about 3-4 days. All he could tell me is no. You know what I'm saying? But he's so humble. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to give you some sneakers." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he real for that. That's
and then he's like, "What you do?" I was like, "I write little books. I do some stuff." He's like, "You write books?" And when I said that, he always wanted to write a book. I was like, "I'm a book author." He's like, "So you just write books and stuff for us?" I said, "No, I'm a published book author." Right. And he's like, "You publish?" I'm like, "Yeah. I got a book deal while I was in prison." And it messed him up. He was like, "You serious?" I said, "Yeah." So when I'm talking to him, 2 dudes is walking down the hallway. And I'm talking to Rick. And the dude said, "Excuse me, yo, is you Jimmy Dasaint?" Just happened to just be that. I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yo, I got your book. Your picture's on the back of the book." I was telling my man that's dude who wrote the book. And Rick was standing there while he was saying that, just looking. Right. He said, "Yo." And then Rick said, "Yo, you write books for real?" I said, "Yeah, I write books." You know what I'm saying? I got a few books out, but my book was on that particular compound, in that prison. And people read it, people liked it. Right. So when my property came, Rick seen that I was a book author for real. You know what I'm saying? So I went to him, I was like, "I'm going to write a book called Black Scarface. I want you to help me with it. It's going to be one of the biggest books ever." Right. And then he said, "I don't write, I don't read, I don't do none of that stuff, Jim." I said, "I do. I just need you to tell me everything I ask you. I just need you to just like help me with it, and I incorporate it into the book." You know what I'm saying? Because the story is about a cop from Philly who moved to LA. Get all this game, then come back to Philly and take over the whole game. So all the LA parts, Rick helped me with. So all the streets and even a lot of the people in there was real people. Because Rick would be sitting there with me every morning for like 2 hours, and he'd be like, "This street right here, the Crips got it. This street right here, the Blood. So you got to make it accurate because they'll know that it's fake." So he put all the real stuff in it from Sound Like Dope. So I wrote the book Black Scarface, but I didn't shop Black Scarface. I didn't send it out to go get a book deal. I knew I was getting out of prison and I was going to start my own publishing company. So what I did, it was the first book I released from my own publishing company. And then it sold like 25,000 copies the first month.
Oh, that's major.
Just in Philly.
Now, it's a rumor. I don't know if this is true or not. I got this through the grapevine. Did it take you only 2 weeks to write the book?
No, probably like 3 weeks.
Okay, so maybe. Yeah, I'm a week off.
But see, every day I was writing. In prison, you ain't got nothing but time. So every single day, if I'm writing for 8 hours a day, see what I'm saying? I'm getting so much done. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it got edited by prisoners. So what I did, I was like, there's so many smart people in the federal prison, lawyers, there's a lot of, so when I finished the script, I gave it to like maybe 10 different individuals. And I said, if y'all see any mistakes in it, You know what I'm saying? Just check it, whatever. So when I gave it to one guy, he finished it. He marked all the mistakes. Another one marked all. When I got it back, I seen all the mistakes in it. Cause I never was really good with grammar. I can write the story, but commas, semicolons.
Right.
I'm gonna be all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But these guys actually edited it for me because they wanted to all read it.
Okay. That's
so then I got all their mistakes, all their stuff, and I gave it to someone who fixed it and cleaned it up.
Right.
And that was how I got edited.
That's
I just used the prisoners around me.
Right.
They wanted to read it, and I wanted to edit.
So
you know what I'm saying?
One hand watch the other. That's a good look. So even with that process, you know, what really made you decide, you know, writing books was the way that you wanted to go? You know, even before you got there, you was already knowing you wanted to put some publications out and everything. What gave you that want and urge to really put? I
don't know. I just was there. I was like, I got 10 years to do, and got to do something. Because the majority of guys is either lifting weights, or some guys going to school to educate themselves to get out there. But it's like dead time. You're just sitting around, just waiting for your time to.
Right.
And I was like, I got 10 years. I got to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I gotta I gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? And book writing came to me. I was reading a book. I was in my cell reading a book, and I looked at my cellie and I was like, I think I could write a book. And he laughed. And he was like, everybody come to prison and try to write a book.
Yeah.
So I started writing a book, and then maybe a few weeks later I gave it to him to read, and he was like, "This is pretty good." I'm like, really? Yeah. And he liked it. He said, let other people read it. So I let other people read it. It's like, yo, it's all right.
Right.
It's just as good as some of the books they was reading.
Yeah.
And then in 2002, 2003, I sent it out, and I became one of the first federal inmates to get a 3-book publishing deal while I was in prison.
Right.
I sent the manuscript out to a company in New York, and they gave me a book deal.
That's major.
And I was in prison, and the mail came in, and it was a check. And it's like, this is your royalties. This is your advance for your book.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. Then it was all over the prison system. Yo, little Jenny got a book deal.
Right.
And a few months later, all the guys ordered it and stuff, and they come up by my cell. They'll keep signing it. I told my sister to buy this for me. My mom buy it for me because you here with us and all that.
Right.
And it just took off. Then that just kept it going. I wanted to write more, and then I wound up ending up writing about 30 books. You know what I'm saying? 30 books.
So in that process, you know, getting out of prison, already having, you know, the backing, already having almost like a fan base and you know, some celebrity aspect to yourself, you next took the wave back into the music industry by scouting artists, putting teams together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you had the books rolling, now you're stepping back into the artistry side of things. So let's talk about that now.
Yeah, when I came home, I went back and started the Inner City Hustlers. That's when I went and got Young Savage, Rain Man. That's R.J. Payne now.
Right.
Double H Spady.
Yeah, he plugged
K
in
Walker.
Right.
Scorp the Boy. Charlie Heat. You know what I'm saying? Sport. The list goes on.
Right.
Shorty Raw. There's so many of them, and I went and put a nice group together, and then they started buzzing. You know what I'm saying? But Savage took off. He was the youngest, and he was the young, straight out of Philly, straight out of Southwest. So he took off. And
so how'd that relationship build? And how'd you come to meet currently Sean Smith, but at the time Young Savage?
He was at a block party. I knew his stepfather. His stepfather brought him at a block party on the block where I'm from, and he was out there rapping.
Okay.
And I heard him, and I was like, the next day I think I went and probably picked him up, and I just took him to the studio.
Right.
The next day I said, where you live? I'm gonna come out there and get you. But his stepdad was a good friend of mine.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how I started, and I just put him under my wing and started taking him different places and everything. Next thing you know, he did Cosmic Kev, 20-minute freestyle.
Right.
And we had all the labels from Capitol to Def Jam.
I remember he came down. This was when I was working at Monday Madness show. I don't know if you remember this.
Monday Madness?
Yeah, Monday Madness. He came down and he spit for at least 15, 20 minutes.
I remember
that was a classic moment, right? I remember. That was the first time we met down there.
Yeah, I brought him to Monday Madness, Circuit Breaker.
Yeah. Shout out to them. That show was lit, man. And, you know, ever since then, he's always had a good, you know, grounding in the industry.
Yeah,
and he's had the label offers. Let's talk about some of the label offers that y'all went through.
I mean, he had a lot of people reaching out to us. When Savage came out, it was the same year as ASAP Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
There's another kid from Chicago that was.
Was it Big Sean? Was it Big
another
Sean?
Kid. That was real popular at the time. I know Savage was the one they was talking about in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was ASAP Rocky around that time.
Chicago.
Then it was
Bibby.
I can't think of the guy, but he pretty big if I remember his name.
Mm-hmm.
But it was probably like 4 or 5 of them from around the country. But Savage was definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, was Double XL. I think they hollered at us as far as the freshman thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the freshman thing right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And it was like getting us a little bit more shine because we think he definitely could get on Double XL. They hollered at me. It was so many people. Like when I say so many people in different labels, and we back and forth and traveling because people wanted to check this kid out.
Right.
But I put him under my wing to get him that exposure, and it helped.
Oh yeah,
Because he was disciplined. He was easy to work with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely was a fan of ICH. Everybody on that roster still working, doing something. So
They
definitely in the city hustlers for sure.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They still hustling. Shout out to Scorp the Boy. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, all those guys was doing their thing.
Right. So where was the separation in the group? Where did that come in? What happened with that situation?
I was burnt out
Mm-hmm.
because I still had books going on in the Philly Hip Hop Awards where I wound up started,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to get into movies and stuff. And I had artists. The artist was burning me out because one thing about being a manager, you have to manage these dudes' career.
Right.
And if you don't have time to do it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You just really have to have this time. And I was burnt out because I still got so much other stuff going on.
Right.
Because I never was like one dimensional. I never was like, I'm just a manager.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a book author. I got to do my own stuff. I'm trying to do movies now.
Right.
I do concerts. You know what I'm saying? That's back then when I got to deal with Live Nation.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the first person to do a rap hip hop concert at the TLA.
That's facts.
You know,
History.
the TLA.
History. You know
and
what
then
I
they
mean?
started doing rap shows.
Right. So
You know
let's talk about that. What really broke the ground for you to get that opportunity to be able to bring hip hop to the TLA?
That's crazy because I had a partner named Sonia.
Okay.
Sonia McDuffie.
Yes.
She called them and sent them a proposal or bio on me
Mm-hmm.
or something. And then they emailed her back and said, we'll do a deal with him. He could do 10 shows a year at the TLA.
Oh, that's love.
And I got the mail and I was like, wow. And I started doing rap shows there.
Right. Being the first person to open.
Because they used to do
doors.
rock or rock
yeah,
or
rock
pop.
and all the.
Maybe they did hip hop, but
they didn't.
I did local.
I don't believe
I
ever.
put Philly people in the TLA.
And that's the other thing. 'Cause I don't even think there was any hip hop at the TLA prior to that.
Well, I have to research that, but I know
Maybe.
for a fact,
Mhm.
nobody from Philly,
Right.
these local artists never did a Live Nation stage. It had to come through me some type of way to get on the Live Nation stage at the
Right.
TLA.
Right.
Because I also had the Tower. I just
Mhm.
never did one at the Tower.
All right, bet. And what was the big groundbreaking thing that got you towards, the movies aspect of things? Like, what made you say, okay, the music thing is okay, it's going where it's going, but the movies is what you really flourishing in?
Because someone read my book Black Scarface out in LA.
Mm-hmm.
A movie company. It was like, we want to purchase the rights. We want to turn this into a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I sold the rights for 6 months. They had 6 months to get their stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
And then it didn't, after the 6 months, they didn't get it together. So the rights come right back to me. The rights to do the movie. So what happened was, I was like, I could do movies.
Mm-hmm.
Because people started asking me about turning your books into movies. And I was like, if I get the budget and I get the money and I learn the game or whatever, I could do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I could do it. People want to buy my stuff.
That's a
Prosper off of my stuff.
So can we talk about the difference in income that the movies is bringing in compared to the music and what you were doing with music, and even with the books? Because being an independent writer and a publisher, having your own publishing company,
The books.
you know what I'm saying? The books is another major outlet.
The books income is nonstop because I got a prison following,
Mm-hmm.
and prisoners are in jail constantly reading, so they ordering books. You know what I'm saying? I got
Right.
a large female following who like the books I write on the streets and stuff. So the books, Amazon gonna send you that money every month.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you sold one book, Amazon gonna send you money for that one book that was sold.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying, and Amazon is my printer.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working with Amazon so long. You know what I'm saying, Amazon works with my publishing company.
Okay. Oh, so they do help you with the distribution.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
You know what I'm saying?
That's great.
So so the book money is good, but the movie money is good too, because you get that money up front.
Mm-hmm.
It's budget, like when I got the music budget. Oh, here's this money. Can you get us 20 songs?
Like,
It ain't no rap. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This music stuff is more like, I guess if you got a name,
Mm-hmm.
you straight. You
Right.
good. You can sell your merchandise and get your streams or whatever you're trying to get and get your show appearances. I mean, but if you just up and coming, you just spending money.
Right.
Until you get that name, you start recouping some of that money back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's harder. I believe the music money. I mean, the movie money is the best,
Mm-hmm.
and then the books.
If you can make a successful one.
Yeah, you still got to be a successful artist and be good at what you do. But
Right.
yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm involved with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because even when I was in prison, Rick used to be like, "Don't focus on one thing, Jim." And then he told me something one time. He's like, the smartest people and the most successful people is people that know how to master 4 and 5 different incomes from different places.
Right.
So when I see him and he got a car dealership and he's selling houses over here and T-shirts over there, and I'm like, damn. So if he can just hypothetically speaking, 1,000 from this every day,
Mm-hmm.
1,500 from this every day, such and such from this every day, I'm like, damn. It's constantly coming in,
Right.
and it's legit.
Right. Right. All,
Like, that's-
all residual income, all tax
Exactly.
dollars.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I could write books.
Mm-hmm.
I could do concerts. I'm gonna do it because income should be coming from all over the place.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. That's real. How is your relationship still with Rick?
That's
Everything
my
good
man.
with him?
I'm doing Rick reality series.
Okay. Oh, so let's talk about the reality series.
The
You got a
reality series is called Street Bosses. We was about to film in March, and the Corona hit.
Mm.
He was here in Philly. Then he went back to LA.
Right.
Corona hit, and we waiting for the Corona to go away. Me and my team, Vance DeBose, Carvin Higgins.
Mhm.
We all doing the reality series, and then we shopping into Netflix.
Right.
It's called Street Bosses, and Rick is about 12 kids coming home
Mm-hmm.
from prison, and we trying to turn them from street thugs to street bosses. And
Right.
Rick is the mentor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we trying to change these guys' life and show them a different way. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So there's
Oh,
more
that's
to
major.
it.
That's
There's more
major.
to it. You know what I'm saying? But Rick is involved. I believe
Mhm.
Charlie Mack might be involved.
Okay.
And my team, Vance, Carvin, Khan,
Mhm.
and yeah, we shoot it here in Philly.
Oh, that's major. That's
We
major.
shooting here
so,
in Philly.
So you got the reality TV show coming out, and so they're coming home from prison, and you turn them to bosses. Is there any particular industry that they're focusing on, or everyone has a different?
We just want to get them out
Different
that mindset of going back and forth in and out of prison. We want to change that.
Okay.
And when they see someone that been to prison that changed his life
Mhm.
and did all these things, like myself, like Rick Ross, and got away from the negativity, anything could be accomplished. Anything is possible.
Right.
So that's the mentality of the show. Like, come on, we're gonna get y'all straight.
Right.
Because
So this
y'all gonna
the,
end up dead or back in jail. So we're gonna try to stop
this
that.
the real upgraded version of what a making a band would be, something like that. This is a real life situation.
But this ain't got nothing to do. Yeah,
Right.
but it ain't got nothing to do with hip hop. This is like life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we don't want to see y'all back in prison or dead. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And Rick Ross is the mentor of the show. He come in, check on them, talk to them.
Mhm.
We actually gonna have a casting call where we're gonna get some local people from Philly to be involved, and
Okay.
and we want to because Rick can't be at the house all the time. They're gonna be in the house,
Mm-hmm.
so we have someone monitoring the house, checking on them and stuff. Then Rick pop up. I seen the video. I seen the fight. Such and
Yeah.
such. You gotta leave the house or whatever.
Whatever's
You know what I'm
going
saying?
on.
Yeah, but we putting that together now.
Yeah, big congrats on that. That's major, right?
I mean, we haven't got a deal for it yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole concept. That's the whole whole project that we're actually working on right now. Besides some movie projects that we got, also some scripts that we got written.
Right, right. So I got a couple things that you did outside of music that you just did out of goodwill, that you just did out of being you, that I definitely wanted to highlight. This is taking it back to the prisons. Something that you did. You got the prison basketball teams uniforms.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that, because that's one thing. You know, out of all the things you do, that's major. You know what I'm saying? Of course, that's major, but it's little things like that that make it so we can see that you're a real person, real individual that actually care about people outside of yourself and outside of your circle. So, you know, let's talk about that.
When I was in prison, I was the basketball commissioner.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to the warden one day. I was like, we don't have no basketballs. We got this old ball from 30 years ago. Just had the same stuff, no uniforms.
Right.
And I said, it's horrible that these guys don't have anything to do around here. They're doing all this time. Lifers, 30 years, 40 years. And basketballs, they escape.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, walk with me. This was the warden.
Right.
And so I'm walking with the warden and assistant warden. He just said, walk with me. He takes me to a warehouse. Open up the warehouse. It's all these brand new basketballs, nets, bleachers, uniforms. He said, I've been running this prison for 30 years. You're the first person who ever asked me that.
Wow.
That's all it was.
Wow.
He said, you can go in there and get what you want.
Right.
I went in there, got the inmates. I went back. We got uniforms for all the teams, scoreboards. It's like, what?
That's major. That's major.
Because I asked him. I was like,
right.
why?
Stuff like that is major, because it really changes people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Even something so small, because like you said, they just doing time. They stuck.
Just doing time.
And any outlet they can to make things better. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that can do anything to make that better for them, it can change their life for real.
But last year I did I went to CFCF and talked to all the inmates.
Mm-hmm.
The deputy commissioner of prisons got with me and was like, you was the most requested. Everybody up here reading your books. And we asked them who they want to see. And they said, so many people, like, can you get Jimmy Dasaint up here? Right. So they set up a whole room. It's actually on my Instagram page, me, and you see all the prisoners in the one room. And they was all waiting for me to talk about my books.
Right. Right. Do you do that? How often are you off with the, touring and doing that stuff? Like,
I do stuff like that. I haven't been doing it in a while because of Corona this year. Corona
right.
just, you know what I mean?
That should have lasted.
You know what I'm saying? And all the other stuff that I got lined up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I'm doing a lot. But I did do that for the prison system and stuff. And I also work with local politicians, David O,
city councilman.
Yeah. He helping me with a lot of stuff as far as the music and movies and stuff like that. And I got something big I'm working on too, man. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be dope for the city. It's gonna be real dope it's gonna be bigger than, I think it's gonna be bigger than everything I ever did.
Yeah. Can you give us a little insight? Give us a little exclusive insight. What you got going?
Off camera.
What you got? Oh, okay.
Because it's gonna be big, and I don't want nobody else distilling the ideal.
Okay.
Because it's something I'm really, really, really driven and want to do.
Okay.
And it's gonna be dope for the whole city of Philadelphia.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get that off camera. Let's talk about Rough House. Can we talk about Rough House Records?
Oh, Rough House. Rough House was my friends. I knew Chris Swartz. I still talk to Chris Swartz, who started Rough House,
mm-hmm.
who deal with Lauryn Hill and the Fugees and all that kind of stuff. Chris, a good friend of mine. He just released a book. But my homies are Chris partners, Vance and Khan.
Okay.
So when I came home and I was doing so much, they said, you need to come down here and work with us because you in tune with the streets. And you got a lot going on. You need to be down here with us. Right. So that's how that popped off. But that situation disbanded.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they wanted to start their own thing. My homies, Khan and Vance, and we wound up starting our own company. That's who I do movies with. Okay. And music projects with. Yeah. And Ruler, my artist Ruler, that's going to be dope. He's coming.
Super dope artist. Definitely a fan of his music, man. He got a couple hits on the top.
Yeah, I told you.
Definitely got a couple hits.
Dope young artist.
And you still, finding the talent, which is dope. You still
if I come across it,
right.
I'm not looking though. Mm-hmm. I'm more gotta like.
Right.
And since I got Carve, a phone call away. Carve, check this artist out. Check this artist out.
Yeah. And with everything he's doing and has done,
yes.
Having him as a reliable source and in your network is major. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's been doing a lot of writing and production for a lot of artists, getting charted, all kinds of plaques.
Carve a beast.
Shout out to him for letting us come to Forge Studios to get this interview done.
You know what I'm saying?
So shout out to Carve. So tell us, other than your big secret plans that you can't reveal, give us something that you got coming out that you can talk about.
Well, I got my new movie coming out. It's called The Karma Effect,
mm-hmm.
and this movie is about a guy looking for the pedophile that molested his little sister.
Okay.
And the guy's name is Karma. And he go around inflicting karma on people that need it.
Okay.
So the trailer's out now. I filmed that with Gutter Films. My man Jerome Upchurch, and it's done. We just waiting to premiere it somewhere. Everything. You know, I'm gonna invite everybody out because people need to see this film.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna make sure I'm in the building.
You know
I'm
what I
gonna
mean?
make sure I'm
Definitely invite y'all out because it's a really, really good film. Good film. It's featuring my good friend from Camden, New Jersey, Bobby Rand.
Okay.
Bobby is he's right in now, Godfather of Harlem, and he's in a lot of little movies and stuff. But he's the star in this particular movie and everything.
Okay. The Godfather of Harlem. That was that recently on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a character in there, and he's out right now on what's the new movie out right now that's popping? Chase Street.
Chase Street. I'm not up on the movie yet.
Oh man, it's on Amazon Prime right now. There's a whole TV series that was filmed in Camden, New Jersey.
Okay.
And Bobby is the star of it.
You just put me on. Okay. I'm
And,
check
you know
it
what I
out.
mean? So yeah, but he's the star of my movie.
Mm-hmm.
So we just waiting where we can get somewhere where you don't have to worry about this Corona stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can sit back and enjoy a movie and all that. Then I'm gonna have a premiere for this film because this film is really good.
Okay.
Well put together. Did you see the trailer?
I did. Yeah, I seen the trailer. Yeah, you sent me the trailer. Definitely looked good.
Carl did the soundtrack.
What was the creative backing on that? Where'd you come up with the story? What gave you the idea?
It's so crazy that you say that because it's people that's close to me, females, that's been molested by loved ones and all that kind of stuff. So it came from a personal space, a personal place, and I was like, wow, this should be a movie about that. But the pedophile is being hunted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I mean? Instead of like they're getting away, and no.
That's the karma aspect.
And then I came up with the karma effect.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what comes around goes around.
Right.
You might have touched that kid in 99, 2009, your get back came.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and then I said, it'd be dope if the lead character name is Karma.
Yeah, that's heavy. That's
you know
heavy. So multiple messages was in the movie. You know what I'm saying? That's dope.
Yeah. So.
Who's your So the soundtrack? You said Carvin did the soundtrack.
Carvin did the whole soundtrack. I think I got 12 original tracks, bangers that he supplied. He said, "Jim, do you?"
That's a bet. We got a date yet? Or are you still waiting for the date?
The movie is done. I just need to
just get the premiere rolling.
Yeah, and do it right. You know what I'm saying? Because David O, he gonna help me get a facility, a venue, and be like, "Jim, go do you." Right. And then I just invite people out in the acting community, the hip hop community, the arts, because I surround myself with people who doing positive things to help. You see what's going on around Philly, the murder rate, even with the corona going on. It's like if I could be that little glimpse of let's like we're gonna smile and laugh over here for these few hours.
Right.
Then y'all can go back to that. But right now, this is what's going on.
Time, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little unwind time. The city need that, man. The America need that right now.
America need it.
You know what I'm saying? So definitely keep doing what you're doing. Keep being the voice for us, man. Keep holding it down for Philly. You done set so many records and made so many historical things happen in the city.
And I want to give a shout out to a few people. I want to give a shout out to Yahoo. Yahoo just made me one of the top 10 mentors in America. You seen that?
I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah,
top 10 mentors.
It just came out last week, I think.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's on Yahoo. Right now, I'm number 1.
Wow.
The top 10 mentors in America.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Because they're saying the stuff I do for the community and for artists and the stuff I've done. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still stuff we haven't even talked about.
I know. It's a lot. It's a lot, man. Do we got time? Can we keep it rolling? Tell us what you can. You know what I mean? Tell us what you can. I know you're a busy man.
Yahoo. You know what I'm saying? And I got a few other things coming and like I said, I always say this. I did the bad stuff, and the bad stuff ain't give me nothing but shot in prison.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nothing came out of it.
Right.
So when I turned everything around and said, I'm gonna focus on some good stuff. Good stuff got me book deals, movie projects, and all I did was change my mindset, change my attitude. It was like, wow, negativity brings you negativity.
Right.
That's all it do.
Right.
Positivity brings you positive.
That's
Positivity is just, and I broke it down, and I have a book out called 21 Lessons of Life. It's one of my most popular books. It's the first and only book I ever wrote. That's a non-fiction, inspirational self-help. And it's called The 21 Lessons of Life.
Okay.
It's out now.
Okay.
From the things I learned, I was like, yo, when I start focusing on positive stuff, a lot of things start coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I really saw it come. Like, wow, it's crazy.
Right. Right. Can we talk about, let's touch on the incident of your accident being shot. Was it 10 times that you were shot? At what point of your career was that at? Like what?
That was I was in the streets. That was strictly streets.
Sort of the beginning.
It really wasn't like no rap. It was just like my whole mindset was the streets, selling drugs, the fast life. Like I was saying, back to what I'm saying, I put myself in that position because my whole mindset was negativity. I woke up negative. I'm gonna make some money. I'm gonna be gambling today with the homies. When you wake up like that, that's how you set your day.
Right.
That's how you start your day.
Right.
But now I wake up like, I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna do this movie. Next thing I get a phone call. I'm like, damn.
Right.
Because one of my favorite books is a book called The 12 Universal Laws of Success.
Okay.
It's written by a guy named Herbert Harris. And one of the laws of success is called the law of human magnetism.
Okay.
Meaning, people gonna come to you that you attract. So if you're thinking positive, positivity is going to come your way. And if you're thinking negative, is what we think, is what we create.
Right.
It's like I want the best for my children. If I'm focused on that, the best will come to me to make sure the best come to them.
Right.
But if I'm sitting there saying, my homie gonna get some get back, some revenge, I'm gonna give him this gun, and he shoots somebody, and it's gonna come back to me. Well, I got the gun from him.
So yeah, man. So that's major, man. I appreciate you. We done learned a lot from you today. When it comes to what you're doing, when it comes to morals of how you handle yourself in the game and outside the game, the positive mindset that you have, and we definitely want to keep updated on everything you're doing because you got a lot going on. A lot going on. Thank you for everything you did for the city and in the music industry, movie industry, and in the book industry. You know what I'm saying? So Jimmy Dasaint, Hip-Hop since 1987 exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Any last words before we get out of here? I know you got a lot to do today.
Shout out to Hip-Hop since 1987 for coming back, coming through the studio, getting this exclusive. Peace out.
Peace. Appreciate you, man. It's your boy Wild Tuna. Make sure you check this out on hiphopsince1987.com.